One more time, welcome into the Hooper Evelyn Center on the campus of Tennessee Tech University, where we're set to crown a champion of the District 7 AAA Boys Tournament. And we've got a great one, a rivalry matchup between the Livingston Academy Wildcats and the Upperman Bees. I'm Noah McKay, back on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Good to be joined once again by my friend Randy Wallace. The lovely Madison McKay is producing things for us. One of the area's oldest and most bitter rivalries renewed once again here tonight, and let's get into it as we welcome you into the Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show, along with the Overton County Anti-Drug Coalition pregame show. As we sit about 2 minutes away from tip-off here in Cookeville, these two teams do not like each other very much. That goes without saying. They faced off each other twice in the regular season. Back on January 9th, it was 64-48 in favor of the Bees in Baxter. On January 30th, it was 83-58 in Upperman winning Livingston. Probably the best half of basketball Upperman's played all season in that second half when they ran away with it in Hogeye Country. Livingston enters this game with a 20-11 overall record. They're the 3 seed in this tournament. They defeated DeKalb County 71-56 on Friday. Defeated Stone Memorial 55-43 on Saturday. They are 4-6 against Upperman in their last 10 games, but they're on a 4-game winning streak for Upperman. One of the top 3A teams in the state all season long. 24-4. They are the 1 seed in this tournament. They won the regular season district title outright. They defeated White County 56-46 on Saturday. The Bees playing as well as anybody. They're on a 13-game winning streak. Their 4 losses this year to Stone Memorial in Crossville, to a team out of Alabama in Florida, to the very good 4A Siegel Stars, and then against Brentwood in the second game of the season before all the football guys got back. So nothing that people hold against them. The Bees have 16 double-digit victories this season, Randy. They have their sights set on the Glass House. They hope tonight's a coronation, but in their way is a Livingston team, without a doubt, playing their best basketball at the right time.
They sure are. They're coming off a big win over Stone Memorial. They just really dominated Stone Memorial a couple of days ago. Like you said, playing their best basketball, playing against the best team in the district. This should be a heavyweight title bout tonight. This is going back in the 90s, Noah, back when you were a kid, turning on HBO on Saturday night, watching the 2 big heavyweights fixing to punch it out. And this is what we got tonight.
No question about it. This is the Overton County Anti-Drug Coalition pregame show. Empower their future. Care enough to have the hard talk about the dangers of drugs and alcohol with the teens in your life. Your conversation matters. Brought to you by the Overton County Anti-Drug Coalition. It's time for the Bilberry Entertainment starting lineups. First, for the Livingston Academy Wildcats under head coach Jimmy Miller, the 3 seed in this tournament. They are 20-11 on the campaign. Number 11, Brody Coffey. Number 12, Wyatt Hargis. Number 14, Cole Harris. Number 20, Daniel Bilberry. And number 21, Tucker Miller. For the 1 seed Upperman Bees, with a record of 24 wins and 4 losses. They were 9-1 in the district in the regular season. They are the number 2 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. Number 0, Ty Cobb. Number 4, Evan Huddleston. Number 15, Clayton Harris. Number 21, Braden Roberts. And number 23, Bronsden Chaffin. The interesting aspect of this matchup, Randy, the speed of which Livingston has for days upon days against the balance of Upperman. Livingston going to go 6-7 deep on the bench. Upperman will go 9 or 10 deep. Livingston doesn't have a true post. Upperman has 3 of them, but Livingston does have that speed, and they hope it can carry them past this loaded Upperman squad tonight.
Well, it's a 5-guard, basic 5-guard lineup for Livingston. They're going to try to out-quick you, pull those bigs out from the rim, pull Chaffin out from the rim, Harris out from the rim for Upperman, try to dribble penetrate like they did against Stone. I mean, they're a matchup nightmare, really. Like we said before, playing their best basketball. But, hey, when you look over on the Upperman side, you've got Ty Cobb, freshman of the year in the district. Could be one of the contending freshmen of the year in the whole state of Tennessee.
Yeah, he had a real Mr. Basketball candidacy to his resume this year.
No question about it.
And he had a great season. He had a big game against White County on Saturday night, the freshman point guard for the Upperman Bees, who maybe one day in the future can play a bunch of games on this floor. We talked about that with Cade Capps. Ty Cobb also in that discussion here. But this one is going to be fun. 2 of the most proud basketball traditions and most proud fan bases in the entire state set to duke it out once again. It's going to be a lively atmosphere in the Hooper Eblen Center. We sure are glad that you're with us on a late night. One more game to go in the District 7 AAA tournament. It's Chaffin against Hargis in the circle. The lead official throws it up, and let's get it on tonight in Cookeville. Chaffin wins the tip back. Upperman in white jerseys with white shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back with black trim and black letters across the chest plate as we quickly have a foul called on Daniel Bilberry. Livingston, the road team in the blue jerseys, blue shorts, white numbers and letters with gold trim around them. Noah McKay joined by Randy Wallace. Madison McKay producing things for us. We're live on the UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS network. As Bronston Chaffin has it inside, off the glass and good. A quick strike for the Bees as it's 2-0.
Basketball is all about matchups. Chaffin is a hard matchup for Livingston going to 5-guard lineup. I really love Chaffin's game.
Upperman with a full court diamond pressure. And quickly ahead, here's Cole Harris. Tries to trigger the three. Got it. Cole Harris splashes home the Twin Lakes tractor three. And Livingston knows they're going to have to make a bunch of triples in this one tonight.
We've already exceeded the first quarter score in the first game.
Yeah, this one probably going to have some more offense in it than that one as Roberts sends it over to Cobb off the left side. Brody Coffey, and now firing it in for Chaffin. No good. Got his own rebound, though. There's the mismatch tonight for Upperman. Chaffin's second one doesn't go. Livingston simply doesn't have anyone as tall as Bronston Chaffin on the roster. They do have Dawson Ledbetter, who made his debut. As this one's stolen away by Roberts ahead to Cobb, driving in. Good? No. They'll wave it off. The foul is called on the floor. 1:07 in. This one is the second foul already on Livingston. And this one goes on 21. That's going to be Tucker Miller, his first. Cobb quickly going to inbound it here. Back to him from Chaffin. Cobb spins it back to Chaffin. One dribble. Now fires across to Harris. Back door in for Huddleston. Turnaround shot. It was wide open and it didn't fall. Rebound down and a chance for LA to capitalize. Here's Harris. Cole Harris, eyes up, sends it over to Miller. Miller flips it over for Bilberry for three. That one's no good. Cobb flies in for the rebound. And now here comes the freshman guard, Ty Cobb. Coast to coast, steps through, puts it up. No, another miss for Upperman inside. Here comes Livingston. This is where they're at their best. Tucker Miller in rhythm, 4-3, no. Rebound over the top of the backboard and out of play.
Got a track meet tonight here, Noah.
Well, I don't have to call a game until Friday, so we're going to let it rip tonight, Randy.
Back and forth action.
We didn't have a lot of that in the first game, so we'll see.
No.
We have a little bit more here in this one. Chaffin, left side for Braden Roberts. Roberts back to Chaffin at the top of the key. Sends it left side for Cobb. Picking him up is Harris. Now they switch off. Cobb back to Braden Roberts, the senior sharpshooter. Reverses it over. Harris finds Chaffin. Little two-man game. Blocked out of play. Brody Coffey, who did a job and a half on Cade Caps on Saturday, knocks it away. And now we're having a whistle and a stoppage. Something's on the floor, so we'll clear that off. And Roberts left open for a minute. Bilberry adjusts to it. Inbounds goes to Chaffin. Sends it over into the corner right side. Evan Huddleston for three. No. Harris with a rebound and a foul on the floor for a hold. And on the rebound attempt, they grabbed a hold of Clayton Harris. See who this one's on. Give it on 14, Cole Harris. His first, already the third against Livingston here. As Chaffin sends it in for Cobb, and another one. This one on Hargis, and all of a sudden, 4 out of the 5 starters for Livingston have a foul, and Upperman on the doorstep of the bonus.
They sure are, and you can see the message that Coach Bobby Williams has delivered to his team. Get the ball to the inside. Get the ball in the paint.
There's another inbounds pass. Chaffin, mid-range bunny, got it. Bronston Chaffin with 4 points to open the game. Just a sophomore at 6'4", 210 pounds. The starting quarterback for the Bees football team. He had the dunk of the tournament on Saturday. Just a complete poster. You can see that on the UCR social media platforms. That one was tipped out of play by Huddleston. Stays with Livingston. 2 great coaches, Jimmy Miller and Bobby McWilliams, going at it for the 1,000th time against each other.
As we said with Coach Mitchell and Coach Caps, these 2 coaches here tonight, no strangers to each other.
We're presented tonight by our friends at the Overton County Farm Bureau. Thanks to Christy Key and the full team there on Radford Hicks Drive in Livingston. You can see it from the high school, and just great folks. They care so much about the community. Driving in, there's Hargis. She He flips back out here for Brody Coffey. Coffey over for Bilbrey. The rare long possession against this 2-3 zone of Upperman. Coffey, turnaround jumper inside, no rebound, tipped up, and Chaffin has it. Here comes Braden Roberts and the Bees pushing it with tempo. Roberts sends back for Chaffin, and an offensive foul is called against the Bees. This one going to go on Clayton Harris. He was the MVP of the tournament a year ago. First foul against Upperman, and it'll go back to Livingston.
A little bit of a moving screen there called on Upperman, Noah.
Yeah, went to set it at the top of the key and kind of stepped into it.
Stepped into it.
Harris sends over left side for Bilbrey. Bilbrey back to Coffey here. 4-3 Upperman leads as both these teams try to find their sea legs in this district title game. The winner gets Marshall County. The loser gets Tullahoma. Both at home and huge home court advantages in Livingston and Baxter. Shot up, Bilbrey, good and one. Daniel Bilbrey, count it, contorts his body in midair for the finish. Evan Huddleston called for his first, and Bilbrey, who's fresh off a big game, goes to the Birdies Lounge free throw line where he will shoot two.
Bilbrey did have a really good game against Stone Memorial. Just really came up big in that fourth quarter with a couple big threes. Just kept that distance on the score there. Stone Memorial just couldn't overcome. Really nice looking player.
Free throw is no good. Cobb for the rebound. Livingston with a 1-point lead as we settle in for a heavyweight fight, as you so aptly put it, Randy, in that pregame show.
You don't remember the HBO.
Oh,
boxing.
I remember it.
Do you? Okay.
Well, then it turned into showtime as Cobb puts up the three. No offensive rebound for Cam Bush, who has a fresh haircut out there. Right side for Braden Roberts. I notice these things when we're down here sideline. Court side as Roberts' three is no good. Rebound down, and Tucker Miller pushes it ahead. That's a dangerous pass over everybody's head, and it goes back to the Bees. 3:53 to go in the first quarter. It's 5-4, and Rocco Carwile, the sixth man for Livingston, checks in for the first time tonight. For Upperman, you'll see him go about 9-10 deep. You'll see Jack Torrance and Isaiah Helms at some point, we assume, as Roberts has it. Now Chaffin. Now Cobb, left wing side. Ty Cobb still looking for his first bucket. Picks up his dribble and sends it for Branson Turnbow. Turnbow, the junior guard, finds Cam Bush, a senior. It's knocked away from him. Back out to Turnbow. Now Chaffin in the low block. Coffey there. Bush to Turnbow. Turnbow picks up the dribble. Back to Cameron Bush. Here's Ty Cobb. The Livingston fans in attendance love the half-court defense as they start to applaud. Cobb going to drive in and a foul, and this is going to be free throws because Upperman has hit the bonus. See who this one is on. It's on Rocco Carwile, so the only bright spot for the fouls right now for Livingston is nobody has more than one, but five have one, and Cobb's at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Yeah, and that's just driving Coach Miller crazy there. They had a great defensive possession there, and two hands on Ty Cobb leads to a foul. Cobb hits the first.
An 80+% free throw shooter. Rattles home the first, and we're tied up at 5. Just a freshman, 6 foot or so. Reins in both of them, and we seesaw back and forth still early on as both teams trying to see who's the first one to go on a run and get a lead here. That another dangerous pass, and the Upperman pressure creating some turnovers right now here as Tucker Miller quickly checks back into the game. He's coming in for Harris. We sure appreciate everybody tuning in live across as we got well over 1,000 devices between our streams happening right now. Braden Roberts gets free. Top of the key for three. Missed it wide left. He's a sharpshooter, but that one wasn't close. Rebound down, and here's Daniel Bilbrey with a ton of speed. Bilbrey into the half court. Finds Tucker Miller. Miller puts the dribble down, and Cobb slows him up. Flip pass over right side for Brody Coffey. Coffey with that white headband, turnaround jumper in the mid-range, and he got it. Nice take for Brody Coffey.
Coffey, another player that had a really nice game against Stone Memorial, continuing his solid play here tonight.
Back and forth we go as these two teams trade the lead again. Branson Turnbow, corner three, no. Rebound down right into the waiting arms of Coffey, and here comes Livingston pushing it in transition. Coffey, he's cut off into the mid-range, spins it back left side for Miller. Miller drives inside, throws up the runner off the glass, and good for two.
Miller, smooth guard. Noah, going to see a lot of him over the next few years for Livingston.
And now Livingston trying to become the team that goes on the first run. They've got 4 straight now as Ty Cobb slows it down into the half court as we go under 2 to play in the first quarter. Both times in the first meetings, Livingston hung really tough in the first half as Chaffin inside goes up, good and one. Rocco Carwile called for his second. Chaffin has 6 points and can make it 7 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. The first game, more of a dogfight throughout. The second game, as I mentioned in that second half, Upperman just took off. They were shot out of a cannon, and they routed 83-58. It is not that lopsided of a matchup.
Right,
and as we see already tonight, Chaffin trying to tie the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a back-and-forth type game tonight. Like you said, be a game of runs as well. It's what two big heavyweight teams will do, Noah. Trade punches, see who comes out victorious in the end.
Remember, Upperman won this tournament a year ago, then lost in the first round of the region at home against Spring Hill. Very different Upperman team. Ronson Chaffin, a year older, and of course Ty Cobb in the lineup for Livingston. They lost in the first round of the region tournament as well to Lawrence County a year ago. Left side, Tucker Miller, he sends back out. Upperman defeated Livingston in the district tournament last year in the semis, 66-63. It was a great game held at Stone Memorial. Daniel Bilbrey driving inside, now back for Miller. Little shot fake, kicks over to Bilbrey. Daniel Bilbrey, corner three, got it. A Twin Lakes Tractor three. Twin Lakes Tractor, your local Mahindra dealer for Daniel Bilbrey.
Bilbrey from way downtown on that three in the corner.
Keep those comments rolling in. We got a split crowd tuning in, over 500 devices on the main page alone. Right side, Jack Torrance. Torrance gives back to Ty Cobb. Cobb steps through, goes up and no good, but the foul is called. And Ty Cobb going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two more. Big call here. Who's it against? It's on Brody Coffey, and that is going to be his first. So Livingston somehow has walked the tightrope, Randy. Nobody outside of Rocco Carwile has more than one foul.
Ty Cobb driving to the basket, picking up the foul.
First free throw is good. You can kind of feel it. You mentioned that fight, just those early round jabs getting thrown by both of these two teams. No haymakers yet, but that could change in a hurry. Cobb's second one, no good. Rebound down. Cole Harris has position, and he'll bring it up. 50 seconds to go in the first. A 2-point Hog-Eye lead. Left side, Wyatt Hargis kicks over to Miller. Miller working against the zone defense, back across to Brody Coffey. Now Miller again, left wing side. See if Livingston going to be content to hold for the last shot. They've got the lead. Harris back, and Coach Miller, I just heard him say, no shot. Back to Miller, now Coffey, 25 seconds. Huddleston steps up, now left side for Miller. Coffey to Bilbrey, 18 seconds. Good first quarter for Livingston Academy. They're trying to cap it off in style. Now left side, there's Coffey. Brody Coffey, back to Bilbrey. Daniel Bilbrey, it's on line, but it's too strong. Rebound down, Hargis with it. Turnaround jumper, good. Wyatt Hargis hits that mid-range like it's easy. It is not, and that does cap off a good first quarter for Livingston Academy. After one, it's LA 14, Upperman 10. You're watching coverage of the District 7 AAA Tournament Championship game presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau and the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Aspen Drive in Cookeville. Featuring a split bedroom floor plan, new carpet, beautiful yard, and deck, you'll fall in love with this home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
Welcome back in here at the Hooper Eblin Center. Livingston Academy on the back of a turnaround jumper for Wyatt Hargis. Leads by 4 as we open up the second quarter of action. Daniel Bilbrey kicks over left side. Hargis steps into a three. It was blocked by Cobb, and Chaffin picks it up. Here comes Upperman pushing. Cobb ahead to Turnbow. One dribble and the finger roll.
That's the Upperman tempo they want to go with. Lead pass from Cobb. Turnbow with the finish. Tighten up the shoelaces, Noah.
It is a final. Pickett County wins the District 7 Single-A title. They defeat Gordonsville tonight 61-52 over on UCR2. As Cole Harris going to drive inside. A little baseline jumper, no, too strong. Rebounded by Chaffin. And in a 2-point game, neither team been able to go on a long run. Harris wasn't ready, but he has the pass, and he puts it up and in. Clayton Harris ties the game up as Upperman has scored 4 straight. And we were talking kind of in that break about the secondary scoring. Livingston much more balanced in that first quarter for Upperman. It was 7 points for Bronston Chaffin. He was the only one to make a field goal. Now Turnbow and Harris have as well. Right side Miller. He fires baseline. Cole Harris tries to drive, runs into Roberts, and that one's kicked out of play.
Last year was tournament time, was Harris time. Such a big body, knows how to use his leverage going up. I expect a big game out of him tonight as well.
And remember, he's signed with MTSU to go play football, so a heavy emphasis on football for him in the offseason. He's starting to get his basketball legs under him later into this season. Turnaround shot, baseline, Hargis, no. Rebound tipped by Coffey, run down by Harris. Here's Cole Harris driving inside with the left hand, and he finishes.
Great move, great hustle play there by Harris with the finish.
Now on the other end, here's Cobb. He sends it in for Harris again. This is Clayton Harris. One dribble, got to the spot, puts it up and in. Harris and Harris trading buckets. This time it's Clayton with 2 more.
We're back and forth, Noah.
16-16.
Like
it's Livingston and Upperman for a title. Why not? Let's go. Bilbrey to Harris. Now right side. Tucker Miller with it. Miller, reverse flip for Bilbrey. Daniel Bilbrey going to reset. And Dawson Ledbetter, the big man, again, he's just started playing basketball again last week. He got some minutes. The crowd went crazy for him on Saturday. He's to the table. They need his size in this game, as now Chaffin wrestles that one after the miss for another rebound.
Yeah, it's hard for Livingston to keep Harris and Chaffin off the boards.
Cobb, multi-sport athlete, Ledbetter, football player, baseball player. Harris, backdoor cut to Bush, and Cam Bush puts it in. Upperman goes back in front.
There's the Clayton Harris we saw last year. Noah stepping up big time in the district tournament against White County. Had the game of his life there this time last year.
Yeah, he was the MVP, as we mentioned. 30-second timeout called by Jimmy Miller here. 5:34 to go in the second. I imagine Coach Miller is seeing what we saw. Now Turnbow has a bucket, Bush has a bucket, and Harris has 4. These deep B's starting to get it rolling with people outside of Chaffin and Cobb.
But if you'll notice, Upperman is running their offense through the post. When you throw the ball to the post, it creates so many. You have to collapse as a defense. That leaves other guys and your cutters open. And when you have a good post player that can pass, that's even better.
And now you see Dawson Ledbetter trying to neutralize that. He's a big boy out there.
He is a big human being.
No doubt about it. And he's tough to move in that low block. Now, this is the matchup we want to see. Clayton Harris against Dawson Ledbetter. Let's go. As Coffey sends it over right side. As a fellow big man. Let's go.
That's right. Let's go.
There it is, inside to Ledbetter. Ledbetter kicks out to Coffey. Puts the dribble down. Coffey sends it out right side. In rhythm for 3, Wyatt Hargis. No. Long rebound out to Braden Roberts. Here comes Upperman with tempo again. Cobb drives in. Behind the back for Cobb. Spins baseline. Mid-range jumper. Good. That's a tough take for Ty Cobb.
Big time move there by Cobb. That's not a freshman move. That's a vet move right there by Cobb.
4-point Upperman lead. Right side Bilbrey. Bilbrey finds Coffey. Coffey surveys the floor. Now back out to Daniel Bilbrey. Bilbrey drives into Cobb, who gives up nothing. Now back Bilbrey. Now floats back. A little bounce pass off the mark, but Bilbrey able to corral. Now Coffey with it, fires in for Hargis. Hargis picked up by Chaffin. Now they reverse it for Miller. Miller driving inside into the land of the trees and gets the call. See if this one's on. If it's on Harris, it's his second. And it is going to be on Clayton Harris. That's his second, team's first. First foul call of the quarter with 4:31 to go in the second. We're all good with that. It's 20-16. And Miller's at the Birdies Lounge free throw line. The first one is up, and it is no good. Typically a great free throw shooter. And Branson Turnbow going to check in for Clayton Harris with those 2 fouls. Miller sets up, flies it away, and that time it rattles home. Tucker Miller with 3 points so far, and it's down to a 3-point game again.
Jimmy Miller says I might not be able to throw it there at my post, but we can dribble, penetrate, and get in the paint, get to the free throw line.
Left side for Braden Roberts. He's looking to get it rolling. Now Bush with it, sends over right side. Turnbow in the corner. Turnbow back to Bush. Now Roberts with it. Squares up, delivers the deep three, no good. A little bit off the mark right now for Braden Roberts. Rebound down and Wyatt Hargis pushes it ahead. Hargis, right side, Bilbrey. Little shot fake, triggers it, and rattles it home. Daniel Bilbrey, he's feeling it. Another Twin Lakes Tractor three.
Bilbrey's got a really nice stroke there from three. Really nice looking player.
And every time somebody gets to a two-possession lead, Randy, the other team answers with 4 or 5 straight to tie it back up. Cobb right side for Turnbow. And Ledbetter has forced a change inside. They haven't been back into the post since he entered the game. Turnbow to Cobb. Cobb off a screen set from Chaffin. He's going to sky up in the mid-range for 2. No. Rebound down. Ledbetter able to wrestle it away. Here's Bilbrey. That one poked by Cobb, but it found Wyatt Hargis. Hargis drives and kicks. Tucker Miller for 3. In and out, no good. Chaffin with a rebound. Sends it over to Roberts. Roberts ahead for Ty Cobb. One dribble. Cobb up and in for 2.
That's what Upperman wants to do is push tempo, and now what do we have?
I think we got a delay of game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a delay of game warning. Somebody hit the ball after it went through the hoop. 3:07 to go in the second. It's 22-20.
We don't need anyone tonight, Noah, to push the ball or hit the ball back through the cylinder.
No. That was crazy.
Yeah.
By the way, they did get that call right.
They did. They did.
As Coffey sends it left side for Bilbrey. Now Miller. Miller fires in for Hargis. Chaffin there defensively. Hargis loves to trigger from there, but he looked up at 6'4" Chaffin and wisely went out the other way. Coffey now right side for Miller. Clayton Harris is back in the game with 2 fouls for Upperman. There's Bilbrey. He's feeling it, but that one won't fall. Hargis right there for the weak side rebound. Hargis skies up the mid-range that time, and he buries it for 2.
Hargis had nice elevation on that putback offensive rebound for Livingston, keeping this game tied at 22.
Yeah, Wyatt Hargis, one of those top mid-range players. You think about him and Cade Capps, and just able to rise up there and bury those jumpers in that area. And we're tied up again at 22. The tension continues to rise here at the Hooper Eblen Center. As Torrance sends right side. Turnbow, now Cobb with it. Cobb fires in. There's Harris. One-on-one with Ledbetter. Help arrives. He kicks to Jack Torrance. He can shoot it, and he reins it in. Asani around with American Way Real Estate 3 for Jack Torrance, and Upperman goes back in front by 3.
Torrance pulling the bow and arrow there after the 3. Big-time shot.
A player who started at times this year now comes off the bench as Harris and Chaffin have gotten back in there. Coffey turns and kicks back for Bilbrey again. Upperman played in the football state championship game in December, so it took a while. Right side, Coffey. Now fires into Ledbetter. Turns around against Harris, no good. Rebound down to Cobb. And now here comes Ty Cobb in the half court with a 3-point lead. That one intercepted. Bilbrey picked it off. Foot race, and Torrance going to pick up the personal foul. And probably a good foul for Upperman. That was going to be an easy 2.
Yes.
Torrance picks up his first. It's the team's second with 90 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And Dawson Ledbetter gets a round of applause from his fan base.
I think Coach McWilliams had close to 8 football players absent whenever they
did.
Started tipping up in November.
You talk about looking at the floor right now, there's 3 of them who were not on the team for several weeks to start. And over on the sideline, you got a few more. As Brody Coffey drives and kicks over to the corner. Tucker Miller wide open for 3. No. Rebound down. Jack Torrance comes away. And here comes the speed of Upperman again. Ahead to Turnbow. Turnbow finds Harris. Right side Cobb from the right wing. Chaffin posting up on Hargis inside. Chaffin, reverse feed out for Torrance. Torrance drives in after a little head fake and finishes with a finger roll.
Torrance could start for most programs here in Upper Cumberland. An embarrassment of riches for Bobby McWilliams on the bench.
Upperman's lead back out to 5. Every time it's been to this point for either team, the other team has answered. Tucker Miller drives and kicks it over. That went maybe off the face of Cobb. His head flew back one way or the other. Now Coffey sends left side for Miller. And a traveling violation is the call. After the shot fake, they'll say Miller shuffled his feet, and Upperman going to hold for the last shot here. Spoiler alert, with 31.5 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Bobby McWilliams going to release his inner Eric Mitchell and hold that basketball.
Yeah, about when there's under about 55 seconds or so, it's a safe bet that they're going to walk across this timeline and wait unless Livingston pressures. And it looks like LA's going to go in a little bit of a 2-3 look potentially. No, never mind. They're matching back up into the man. Right side for Roberts. and he will wait. Harris steps up to force a play. Roberts hands off for Cobb. Cobb splits the defenders, 14 seconds and a foul. This is the first foul of the quarter going against Livingston. 13.3 on the clock. See who it's against.
Jimmy Miller rising off that bench, ready to throw it, take his frustration out on a chair.
That is the second on Daniel Bilbrey, so just on the peripheral foul trouble there. 13.3 seconds to go. The shirt's still tucked in. We were watching that the other day.
It's still tucked in. He's not happy with his team on the defensive end.
13 seconds here for Cobb. Now Cobb gives off to Roberts. 8 seconds. Left side for Jack Torrance. 5 seconds. Torrance starts to drive. Mid-range jumper. Good. Jack Torrance comes off the bench and scores 7 points for Upperman. And it's the largest lead of the game for either team as we hit the halftime break. After 2, it's Upperman 29, Livingston 22 here in the District 7 AAA Tournament Championship game. More action still to come for the Hooper Evelyn Center. Don't go anywhere.
If you have been looking for the why behind your story, Sheila McKay with Free to Be is here for you. As a compassionate, experienced pastoral counselor with decades of experience, Sheila McKay is here to help you discover who Christ says you are. Specializing in teen, premarital, marriage, divorce, and grief counseling, call Sheila at 615-625-2085 or view her profile on Psychology Today. Sheila McKay with Free to Be is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture-taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and blanks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. I'm going to tell you about our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown. You hear from them during every one of our broadcasts. They are having a tremendous sale right now, and you need to get up to Jamestown. You can also shop online, but I really encourage you to get out to Hall Sports and Outdoors on Main Street right on in Jamestown. Listen, this is some of the things they have. 50% off of Under Armour, 50% off flannels, Columbia and Mountain IO coats and jackets are all 50 to 75% off. Denim Days also going on now at the store with Ariat M4 and Legacy jeans. They just got a huge shipment of it, huge selection of sizes starting at just $40. $40 for a new pair of jeans. High quality stuff there at Hall Sports and Outdoors. And also, fellas and ladies, their firearm selection is tremendous. Listen, Blue Tag Firearms, 25 to 50% off with additional instant rebates from $25, $50, and $100, including great brands like Glock, Remington, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Mossberg, Savage, Ruger, Beretta, and more. Listen, you're not going to find deals like this anywhere else in the Upper Cumberland, anywhere else in the state, and it's there at Hall Sports and Outdoors. It's their best gun sale ever. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday from 9 to 1. Not open on Sunday. So if you're going up on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., or during the week, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., make sure you guys check out our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors. And listen, they're tremendous sponsors to us. They're monthly with us they're yearly with us every year. They also constantly step up to the plate this time of year when these fees start to get out of control. They're always there for us, and they do that. It's not just for the advertising, it's because they really care about our community here in the Upper Cumberland. So we appreciate the team there at Hall Sports and Outdoors and at Hall Family Pharmacy. Make sure you check out their sales now. It's going now through the end of February. You are not going to want to miss it.
Tremendous family as well.
Absolutely.
Tremendous family. Know the Hall family well, and like you said, they provide a great service with their firearms and the pharmacy to the Upper Cumberland area, not just in that part of the state, all over the Upper Cumberland.
Yeah, no question about it. And you can shop online on their website. You can visit them on social media to see more. Hall Sports and Outdoors again in Jamestown. Meanwhile, here, Randy, Upperman out in front, 29-22. They are the first team to go on a run to stretch it to 3 possessions, and it was Jack Torrance off the bench with 7 points, showing off the depth of this Upperman B squad.
Yeah, I just made a note there that his 7 big points is the difference in this basketball game.
And now Upperman with the ball is Livingston trying to hang in there and give themselves a district title in this tournament. Braden Roberts has it, and for Upperman, they have this lead, and Braden Roberts hasn't scored yet. Inside for Clayton Harris, puts it up and in, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point Bees lead.
The continued theme in the first half, feed the ball to the post. Coach McWilliams is not going away from that game plan because he knows he has mismatches.
Brody Coffey steps through, and Bronston Chaffin swats it, but he'll be called for a foul. It was clean up top, but it's the body contact that's going to get Bronston Chaffin. He punched that one, though, out of play.
Sure did. That was an Ava Jones block from last night. I don't think that ball still landed that Ava hit.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Is now at the line. The Birdie's Lounge free throw line is Brody Coffey. The first one rims around and falls through.
The iron is kind.
Just the second trip to the line so far for Livingston. Next one on the way for Coffey. That one misses, and Chaffin goes up for the rebound. An 8-point Bees lead. They won both meetings by double digits in the regular season, by 18 in Baxter and by 25 in Livingston. But as we've learned in this tournament and as we learn year after year, you could throw those out the window when you get into the Hooper Eblen Center. Left side, Ty Cobb. Now Huddleston back over for Braden Roberts. Looking backdoor to Cobb. They love that alley-oop play. Well defended, but Cobb able to punch it back. Cobb drives in, now floats it over for Chaffin, and Bronston Chaffin puts it in with the left hand. 9 points for Chaffin. That leads all scorers. And now a whistle and a timeout called by Jimmy Miller as Livingston trails by 10 with 6:57 to go in the third.
Again, Coach McWilliams won a lot of games for Upperman. He knows how to win. He knows mismatches when he has them. 2 possessions, 2 passes to the post. 4-0 run here by Upperman. Stretching that lead out. 10 points. It's a game of runs. Let's see if Livingston can come back and answer.
Big crowd on Facebook. Also a huge crowd on YouTube right now as it's kind of splitting there. So gigantic crowd watching in both places. And the person who's coming over, my dad is watching. Tom is tuning in from Murfreesboro. He watches like almost every stream. It's unbelievable. Appreciate that so very much. As now we're going to have a
Rusty Ellis posting as well.
Uh-oh.
Casey and Rusty.
Who are they cheering for tonight?
Rooting on Noah.
Wow. They wanted to get paid
with
this
flames.
week. They wanted to get paid this week.
With
Look
flames.
at that. Inbounds pass. Yeah, the flame is the go-to for Rusty. That's his go-to emoji.
Okay.
Ahead it is to Cole Harris. Out of the timeout, Harris tries to Euro step through, and he met Clayton Harris inside. Now here's Ty Cobb running the floor. Cobb loads up and slams it home. Ty Cobb stretches it to a 12-point Upperman lead.
You knew that was coming, Noah.
That danger red light that we talk about, Randy, is blaring right now for Hawkeye. Driving inside Bilbrey, kicks to Coffey. They need it. They got it. A big time. Twin Lakes Tractor 3 for Brody Coffey.
Huge bucket by Coffey. Livingston's trying to crawl their way back into this one.
Now Cobb with it in the half court. Yeah, he's just 6 foot tall, by the way, with that dunk. And he's a freshman.
He got ups.
Left side, Roberts. He triggers the corner 3. No. Rebound back to him, though. Roberts pivots, Tries to spin it back out, does find Huddleston. Huddleston to Cobb. He'll trigger the three, and he got it. Ty Cobb, look out. He's heating up with a Sonya Brown with American Way Real Estate three. Now quickly ahead, here's Coffee on the other end. Livingston trying to strike back. Coffee in the mid-range. That one intercepted by guess who? Cobb behind the back. Ty Cobb checking over the shoulder. Contorts in one. Ty Cobb, my goodness, young man. Welcome to the district championship game.
Big time. Big time. The steal, the Euro step, the behind the back, and the finish. Big time, Noah.
So he goes dunk, three, steal, behind the back, and one. And another timeout called on the floor by Jimmy Miller as it's a 14-point Upperman lead. And he has scored 7 straight points for the Bees, 14 in the game.
What'd you say? We had 2 years left of Chaffin, and you have 3 years left of Cobb. That's big-time stuff.
That's pretty scary.
Yes.
And now it's go time here for Livingston Academy. Trailing by 14, looking to get it rolling here. Nobody with more than 8, that's Daniel Bilbrey. A balanced effort right now. All 5 starters have scored, but they're going to need to find a way to start getting some stops over on this end as Upperman's offense has clicked in. Really, since Jack Torrance checked into the game, he hasn't been in the second half, but he started making shots, and that's the first time either team started to consistently make from the floor.
Well, his 7 points in the second quarter, the biggest stretch of the game, created the biggest separation that we had with the 7-point difference going in at halftime. Now, Upperman is seizing control of this game, Noah, working the ball inside. Now they're more open with the open floor, with Cobb leading, going for 8 straight points.
Cobb at the line. He flies it away, and he connects. And he's starting to take over this basketball game. We saw Caps do it in the first game, going for 20 in the fourth quarter. Cobb now with 15 in the game. Cole Harris with a strong take. Takes it around in midair and finishes. LA needs more of that. Cobb lost handle, but it went to Roberts. Now over to Huddleston. Livingston trying to ratchet up the pressure. Huddleston floats it over, intercepted. Picked off by Cole Harris. Here comes Hawkeye in transition. Brody Coffey with a right-handed lay-in.
Hustle play there by Livingston. Livingston's not wanting to shut the door on this one yet. Cutting the deficit to 11 with 5:13 to go.
Livingston needed that one, the bench back to life. Ahead it goes to Chaffin, now Huddleston with it. He whips it across for Cobb. Behind the back, fires it over to Harris. One dribble. Huddleston kicks to Roberts. 5 to play in the third quarter rather. That timeout by Jimmy Miller looks to have rejuvenated his squad. Harris inside, tips it out of play. It goes back to LA as Turnbow will check in. He's coming in for Huddleston.
Coach McWilliams really not liking an entry pass to the post. The post was covered up. Wanted to reverse the basketball. He does not like the turnover.
Tucker Miller surveys the floor. That one tipped up, almost came to us. We've yet to have one here. As standing on the line was Harris. It goes back to Upperman. Usually once a tournament or two, we got to catch one. I was ready.
I was ready.
We were going to get it.
Yeah.
The question is, do we jump up and shoot it, or do we just give it back?
No, I'm handing it back to the official.
I'm probably going to jump up and shoot it. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to embarrass myself just a little bit here.
Okay.
Well, we got to remind the kids while we're on the headset. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Turnbow.
My kid would tell me, Dad, you're really embarrassing me.
It's even the more reason to do it right there. Now in some trouble here is Bush. Finds Roberts. It's swiped away by Bilbrey. You see that Hawkeye pressure. Roberts got it back. Now Bush over to Turnbow. Turnbow says, let's slow this down a little bit, and reverses back out. That's what Jimmy Miller wants. He wants to add on to the chaos. You can tell. Turnbow, that 5-second clock is ticking. Looking backdoor for Ty Cobb. What a feed, and Cobb with another tough finish inside.
You know, the finish was brilliant, but the pass was next level. Great, great pass.
Branson Turnbow with that bounce pass on the backdoor cut, and Cobb got hit in midair, did the up and under, and finished it.
Those are the plays that don't make the stat sheet, Noah. But those are winning plays, and all coaches talk about make a winning play. That was a winning play, a winning pass by Turnbull.
11 in the quarter, 18 in the game for Ty Cobb, and we're only midway through the frame. This pass, nice tape pass over to Bilbrey for 3. No good. Cobb tips the rebound to Hargis. Hargis in the mid-range again, and that is easy money for Wyatt Hargis. Livingston trying to stay above water, trailing by 12 with 3:45 to go in the third. Here's Cobb again. You can feel the confidence. He walks up. Little head fake. Drives and a foul on the floor for a hold against Livingston. See who it's against. I've admittedly missed a couple of calls in this one. This one goes on Rocco Carwile, so I won't tell you the total amount and be wrong, but that one is the third team foul against Livingston. Inbound to Chaffin. He sends right side for Turnbow. Now to Cobb. Cobb off a Chaffin's screen. Little shot fake in the mid-range. Backdoor cut for Cam Bush. He goes up, blocked. Wyatt Hargis blocks it and gets it back. Here comes Carwile, went through his hands and out of play, and it'll go the other way to Upperman.
I was ready. Ball was coming in hot, Noah.
3:22 to go in the third quarter. Ty Cobb with 11 third quarter points has stretched what was a 7-point lead to a 12 for Upperman. Cobb to Turnbow in the corner. Back to Bush. We're presented tonight by our friends of the Overton County Farm Bureau. Roberts works through. Now over for Chaffin. Back to Bush. Thought about the three. Instead tries to drive, lost handle, and it'll go to Hallguy with 3:02 to go in the third. Big crowd tuning in. If you haven't already, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, hit that like button. If you're watching on the NFHS Network app tonight, we welcome you in as well. Cole Harris with it. He's backing down the defenders. Picks up. Now back. Finds Brody Coffey. Now left side. Harris to Coffey. They reverse it back for Wyatt Hargis. From near the logo, no. Long rebound down to Branson Turnbow. Here comes Upperman in transition. Braden Roberts fires over to Cobb. Cobb into Chaffin. It was tipped up by Rocco Carwile. That's a basket-saving knock out of play.
Nice hands there by Carwile. Jimmy Miller not happy with that last possession, last shot there, but Livingston wanting them to make a better offensive possession.
Cobb inside. He gave a little fake like he was going to get the pass. He got the defender the bite. 13 in the quarter for Ty Cobb. Now quickly ahead, here's Tucker Miller for three. No. Roberts tips the rebound. Bilbrey able to win it. Now Bilbrey has it swiped by Roberts. Back for Jack Torrance. Back into the game. Torrance scored 7 points off the bench in quick succession. Over to Turnbow. That was back in the second quarter. Turnbow baseline drive tipped up. That one knocked away by Harris. It found Carwile. Now here's Miller. Cole Harris, left-handed lay-in. Good.
Turnover leads to transition bucket there for Livingston. Livingston's not going away, but no stretch, Noah.
Livingston so comfortable in transition. Here's Torrance on the right side. Back to a 12-point game. Cobb feeds it to Roberts for three, and he got it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate three. First points of the game for Braden Roberts. Quickly ahead, here's Daniel Bilbrey. That one up, no good. Disrupted by Chaffin. Now Torrance, as Cobb says, hey, give it back. 15 points, 1:35 to go in the third quarter. That's a 15-point gap. Chaffin sends to Roberts. Wide open, Braden Roberts. Money. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate three. And Ty Cobb looked right into the camera after that assist. And it is an 18-point Upperman lead. Full timeout for Jimmy Miller as the reigning champs of the regular season starting to roll here in the third.
Running on all cylinders now, clicking on offense. I looked up a few minutes ago. Upperman had a 12-point lead, and I thought Braden Roberts has not scored. Now with two back-to-back threes, Braden Roberts has created the separation of an 18-point lead now for Upperman. He is, to me, Ty Cobb gets a lot of the acclaim. Braden Roberts, in my eyes, in my opinion, is 1B to that Upperman team.
It's a real big three. And
yes.
that's what we talk about sometimes is Cobb gets all the accolades, and rightfully so when a freshman is this good.
Right.
But it's Cobb, Chaffin, and Roberts, and the three of them all play a different role for this team. It's why they've won 24 games with no bad losses and now have an 18-point lead in this district tournament championship.
And Roberts is just really, really good-looking three-point shooter. Catches it in stride. Kind of could tell he was a little bit off in the first half. Second half, he's finding his rhythm.
And Upperman doing it in a multitude of ways. They've gone in transition. They've gone in the half court. Livingston have not played bad tonight. They're trying to get it rolling.
Not at all.
It's kind of similar to last night's feeling in the championship game. Right side Miller drives over, fires it for Carwile. A bit low. Rocco Carwile, though, with a tough take inside. First points tonight for Rocco, and it's a 16-point game. Livingston can score in a hurry, and they're going to have to find a way to come up with some consistent stops. Harris sends back for Roberts. Now Huddleston Works it around for Cobb on the right wing side. Cobb, couple of dribbles. Jack Torrance in rhythm, 4-3, and he got it again. Another assist for Cobb, and 10 points tonight for Jack Torrance on the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Torrance coming off the bench with 10 points. Big time performance by him tonight.
That one tipped up into the air, ricochets a couple of times out of play. I think it stays on this end, and it will. Livingston retains, last touch by Harris. As Turnbow flies to the table, Bush there, Ledbetter there on the other end for Livingston.
And the shirt has gotten untucked for Coach Miller.
I was wondering how long it was going to take, but those couple of threes is what did it. And now, late arrival to the table as well is now firing it in is Carwile. Rocco Carwile over the shoulder with a nice finish.
Nice move there for Carwile. Just goes to the basket. Great finish.
Quickly ahead, here's Jack Torrance. Torrance back to Turnbow. Bounces it over. Torrance again, now Harris. 20 seconds left for Upperman here. They've dominated the third quarter. Their lead is 17. Turnbow to Huddleston, back to Bush. They're killing clock here for the last look. Ty Cobb, Braden Roberts, and Bronson Chaffin are on the bench. Bush, left side Huddleston. He's going to trigger the three. That one's no good. Ledbetter grabs the rebound with 1 second left, and no shot will get away. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Livingston looking for a comeback. Upperman looking to ice it away. After three, it's Bees 55, Wildcats 38. You're watching coverage of the District 7 AAA Tournament Championship game presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau and the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Aspen Drive in Cookeville. Featuring a split bedroom floor plan, new carpet, beautiful yard, and deck, you'll fall in love with this home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
A strong quarter for the regular season champions has them on the doorstep as they lead. Entering the final frame, 55-38 in favor of the Bees. Ty Cobb explodes for 13 points in the frame. I'm Noah McKay. He's Randy Wallace. Dawson Ledbetter inside out for Rocco Carwile. Puts the dribble down, spins inside. Carwile, no. Rebound down for Chaffin. Quickly ahead, here comes Branson Turnbow. Turnbow across to Cobb, back to Turnbow, a little bit off the mark. Chaffin to Cobb. Roberts wide open. Braden Roberts for his third. It will not fall. We'll get the clock fired up right as it hits 7 minutes. It's 7:20 to go right now. Livingston knows they need a run. Hargis, turnaround jumper in the mid-range. No good. Chaffin tips the rebound. Now ahead it goes to Cobb. 2-on-1. Cobb across to Chaffin. It's swiped away. Nice job in transition for Livingston. But it stays with Upperman.
One trait about a Jimmy Miller team, Noah, they play hard. They play hard for 32
Absolutely.
minutes.
And now a steal. Quickly ahead, here's Daniel Bilberry running the floor. Bilberry met by Bush, goes up, no, got his own rebound. Now it's poked away, diving on the floor, and a foul. Going to be called on Upperman here. See who it's against. 23, that's going to be Bronsden Chaffin, called for his second personal. And now another foul. This one going to be on Branson Turnbow. Quickly, in 1 second, 2 fouls called against the Bees. And Clayton Harris back to the table. He's going to check in here for Bronsden Chaffin. Winner of this game gets Marshall County at 14-12. The loser gets Tullahoma, who's 15-11. Tullahoma defeated Marshall County tonight. That mid-range jumper won't go. Rebound down for Roberts. Now it's stolen away for Livingston. Pass right side for Bilberry. Fires it in for Ledbetter. Ledbetter, turnaround jumper, good. Dawson Ledbetter gets on the stat sheet with the 2.
The big man with the sweet touch, the soft touch there in the post.
I can hear his sister from here. Hallie loves that one. Here's Branson Ty Cobb with it. Cobb between the legs, going to drive inside. Mid-range runner for Ty Cobb. No. Ledbetter with a rebound. That's why they put him in the game. They want him to add that inside presence. Ahead for Wyatt Hargis. Hargis looking to jump start or run. Kicks back left side. Now over to Carwile. Rocco Carwile for three. No. Rebounded. Roberts sends it ahead to Cobb. He finds Cam Bush in a foot race, and Bush finger rolls it in.
Back and forth action, Noah.
Now that one's going to be stolen again by Ty Cobb. Cobb back across to Turnbow. Another assist. Cobb has a bunch of those tonight. He's working on a double-double at least.
At least.
Several rebounds as well. He's getting up there in three different categories. Corner three on the way. That one good. Splashed home.
Livingston will not go away.
A Twin Lakes tractor three for Livingston. Splashed home. And with 5.5 to go, it's a 16-point game. Here's Cobb trying to get past Bilbrey. Nearly swiped away. Cobb has it. Hallie commented she was, in fact, screaming for her brother. I figured that wasn't that hard.
We knew she was.
She said, how did I know? Because, obviously. Right side, Turnbow with it. Turnbow sends left side to Roberts. Drives and kicks to Bush. Thought about it, and he traveled. Possession goes the other way with 5:04 to go. Chaffin and Torrance checking in again for the Bees. Looks like they're coming in for Turnbow and Bush.
Bobby McWilliams told the official he didn't walk. He didn't walk.
I'm not sure if he did walk.
He
Randy,
didn't
I'm going
walk.
to be honest on that one. But they called it. We move on. The coffee with it on the other end. He sends it to Bilbrey. Now right side back to him. Daniel Bilbrey. One dribble back to Rocco Carwile. Carwile fires it in for Ledbetter. Turnaround shot again for Ledbetter. No. Fight for the rebound. Bilbrey wins it. Over for Brody Coffey for three. Got it. A Twin Lakes tractor three. And they're within 13.
Livingston will not go away. 4:38 to go. They just keep pushing the button.
As you mentioned, they're going to play hard. Chaffin bumped in a foul. Brody Coffey trying to get in there and get a steal. That's going to be the first team foul against Livingston with 4:32 to go in the ball game. Upperman looking for victory number 25 on the season. 14 in a row if they win tonight. Both these teams hosting their region openers. Then it'll go to a neutral site in Tullahoma. It's 8 AAA's chance to host. Next year, this district will host as that one's tipped up. Torrance trying to save it in. It goes through Chapin's hands. He goes and corrals it. Chapin one dribble, and we got a whistle and a timeout as Bobby McWilliams doesn't like the chaos of that sequence.
He
burns his first timeout that he's called tonight with 4:20 to go in the game. And it'll be a 30-second timeout on the floor. So right now, Livingston going to have to be able to force some turnovers here and get some stops to have a chance of cracking back into this. But every time they've gotten to about this point, Randy, in the second half, Upperman's answer with a big bucket or two.
Yeah, or they'll run off 6 straight or 7 straight, and then it's back to a 17, 18-point lead. Hey, similar to the championship girls game we saw last night.
Yeah.
White County would get a 16, 18-point lead. Here comes Livingston back with 6 or 7 points in a row. They just could never cut it down to a single-digit game. But that's what good teams do. Warriorettes are a fantastic team. Upperman is a fantastic team as well.
4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. 59-46 our score as Chaffin hands off for Cobb. Cobb tiptoes the timeline. Now Chaffin back out. I wonder if it is kill the clock mode. Time for Upperman. Cobb sends over right side for Jack Torrance. Now in for Harris. Back door to Chaffin, wide open, and Ledbetter flew in there and commits the foul. Dawson Ledbetter picks up his first personal. Chaffin goes to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
It's hold the ball time until you get that 6 or 8 foot look to Chaffin.
The sophomore Chaffin, short on that one a little bit, no good. Cam Bush checking in. He said, who I'm going in for? It's Jack Torrance, and Turnbow got to the table late, so they'll make him wait. Split crowd watching online, as per usual. When these two teams get together, we're happy to bring it to you. Awesome when two UCR-covered schools, like this entire tournament has been. Bronzedon Chaffin with 10 points, but of course we stream every Livingston game, stream every Upperman game as well. That adds on to it. Daniel Bilbrey fires in for Ledbetter. Ledbetter, turnaround jumper over Chaffin. Good for Dawson Ledbetter. He's got 4 points. He's getting those basketball legs under him a little bit.
Ledbetter gave the too small sign on the way down.
Love it. There's going to be a foul called against Livingston, second team foul. Braden Roberts sends it in for Ty Cobb. 12-point game. Livingston can score 12 points in 4 minutes. Cobb. That time's 10-second clock ticking. Now backdoor from Bush over to Roberts, back to Bush, and now they'll reset. Turnbow. Double team arrives. Turnbow gets it to Bush. Bush is reached in on. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Livingston.
Livingston trying to turn up the pressure here, Noah. 12-point deficit with 3:31 to go. Going to double team every pass, be super physical with this Upperman team.
Chaffin off the inbound. He has it. Surveys now. Fires it over. That's a dangerous pass. Coffey gets in the way. It was last touched, I thought, by Coffey. It's going to go the other way to Upperman instead with 3:24 to go in the ball game. Hey, sometimes I don't have a great look at it, Randy. We had a great look at that one right here.
I was looking at my Cheetos.
Understandable. Turnaround shot for Brody Coffey. No. Rebound down to Chaffin. Fires it ahead for Cobb. Cobb crosses over. Mid-range pull-up jumper, and he got bumped in midair. So Ty Cobb will go to the Sonia Brown of the Miracle Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. See who this one's against. It's going to go on Dawson Ledbetter. That'll be his 2nd. We'll have coverage of both those games on Friday night in Baxter and in Livingston. Going to be a busy night across the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network on both Friday and Saturday. Pardon me, Saturday night is when those two teams will host their sub-state girls on Friday. Cobb's first one was good. We'll have coverage of Livingston and Upperman on Friday night as well, Friday and Saturday, girls and boys. Another big round of applause for the reserves for Livingston. Cobb goes 2 for 2 again. He's got 22 tonight. 14-point game with 3:05 to go. Time running out here on Livingston as they try to mount a comeback. Miller, right side for Bilbrey. Back to Tucker Miller. Thought about it, now puts the dribble down. Fires to Rocco Carwile. Now back out. There's Daniel Bilbrey. Bilbrey drives into the low block, gets positioning, up and under, good and one. Daniel Bilbrey with a take. Foul goes on Braden Roberts, his first, and Bilbrey goes to the Birdies Lounge free throw line.
Bilbrey's just a player. Drew the defender, got him off his feet. Got a chance to finish an and one here.
Can finish
cut
inside.
The deficit to 11.
Can finish inside, can finish out. The free throw is no good. Cobb with the rebound, 2:46 to go. Livingston can't afford to miss free throws down the stretch. Ahead to Bush. Bush back to Roberts. Now back to Ty Cobb. Cobb drives inside. Little flip pass for Bush, who puts it in for 2. Another assist for Ty Cobb, and Cam Bush has 6 points off the bench. Quickly ahead, here's Daniel Bilbrey off the glass, and good. Wasting no time. As all of a sudden the tempo picked back up. That's what Livingston wants. Ahead to Cam Bush, and we're going to have a foul as putting his hand on the arm was Wyatt Hargis. This is going to be 2 free throws for Cam Bush as they've hit the bonus. So to the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line goes Bush. One more time, if you haven't already, please like the stream, comment who you're cheering for. That helps us out a whole bunch. Free throw no good for Bush, a break for Livingston. Each team has missed one here in the last minute.
They have.
Second one for Bush. That one, nothing but net is good.
Still got a big crowd here, Noah.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Some good contingent of Sparta fans have stuck around behind us here. Some Stone fans in attendance as well. Coach Capps is still here watching. Not sure if Coach Mitchell is or not. Haven't got a look at him. Right side, Bilbrey. Going to drive inside. Daniel Bilbrey. Good and one again. Daniel Bilbrey doing his best to jumpstart a rally. He's got 6 points. Goes back to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to try to cut it to 10.
Hey, no Quentin Bilbrey. He's trying to lead his team back, get this deficit down to 10.
Free throw is good for Bilbrey.
Game's not over, Noah.
It is not over, and there's a tip and a steal for Coffey. Goes right inside, shot, and a charge. Cam Bush just stood on that block and waited as Harris drove in, and it'll go against Cole Harris, so a chance for Livingston instead leads to the charge call.
Yeah, it was a great call there by the official. Bush just all he had to turn over, and all he had to do was stand there and take the charge.
he turned it over and immediately just went to the spot.
Yeah, didn't have much choice.
Turnbow off the inbounds, turns away from a double team, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Branson Turnbow to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. Free throws have not been gimmies tonight for either one of these two teams, and in a 10-point game, not over yet.
Not over yet.
Stick around post-game for the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show, also presented by Livingston Regional Hospital. Again, double whammy tonight with both Livingston and Upperman. We'll bring you the award ceremony. We'll go through the scoring and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. Another miss at the line this time. Rattles off the front of the rim and away.
That's right. Doesn't matter what level you play, Noah. Free throws and layups can come back to bite you.
Turnbow. Deep breath, flies it away, and he splits them. 5 points tonight for Branson Turnbow. Here comes Brody Coffey as we go under 2 to play. Coffey, that one tipped, coming into your living room. Huddleston saves it, but Coffey in the right position. Coffey with numbers if they hurry. Kicks left side for Bilbrey. A 3, no. Rebound down, tipped around. It ends up with Clayton Harris. He finds Ty Cobb. Cobb with a crossover, poked from behind and a foul, as they'll say he hit the arm. I had no angle on it, to be honest with you. It's going to be 2 free throws upcoming here from Ty Cobb. As Cole Harris, I believe, called for the personal. He goes to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Well, the official was about a foot away from the action. We're about 25 feet away from the action.
Yeah, that's the one part of the court side. It's a totally different view than we're used to, but you can't see some of that, especially anything that happens on the left side, as the first free throw is good for Cobb. He's been the one bright spot in the game at the free throw line. 2 for 2 for Cobb. 13-point game. Driving inside Harris. Harris picks up the dribble back to Daniel Bilbrey. Bilbrey rips it in for Hargis, but he wasn't able to get it cleanly. It's another turnover. 90 seconds to play. Here's Cobb working through traffic and a foul. Ty Cobb back to the line where he's going to shoot 2 more at the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line.
When we get a few days break until the Friday action begins, Noah?
Free throw is good. We do, until I realize I got to go sell the advertisements for Friday's action. So it's not going to be exactly a break in the UCR land. We got the UCR Coaches Show coming up tomorrow night. As the second one up and good for Cobb as well. 2 for 2, 6 o'clock, featuring Cookeville Lady Cavalier head coach Jamie Gillis. And we'll also talk about all these district tournaments and preview the region tournaments. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. I also wanted to remind you about our friends at Swallows Insurance in Cookeville. We appreciate them for being one of our all-inclusive sponsors, as this one is off the backboard or bottom of the rim, no good. 70-55 our score. 15-point lead for Upperman. Time running out here on Livingston. That one tipped. It finds Cobb. Sends it over to Chaffin, who loads up and slams home the exclamation point for the Upperman Bees. Now on the other end, Bilbrey with a pull-up in the mid-range, no good, but he's fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. That was an emphatic end for the dagger for Upperman.
You didn't really come off your chair like you did the other night.
Well, I wasn't ready for the one the other night.
I got you.
I don't think anybody was. It's tough to get me off my chair, but it's the unexpected ones. The first free throw for Bilbrey's no good.
The court vision of Ty Cobb has led to so many assists tonight. Unselfish with the basketball.
I'm really curious to see his final stat line, because he's got a bunch of rebounds and he's got a ton of assists.
No question.
I don't think he got a triple-double, but he was within sniffing distance, especially of those 10 assists mark, as the free throw for Bilbrey is good. Seems like every basket for Upperman tonight's been assisted or scored by Ty Cobb. 1 for 2 for Bilbrey. 55 seconds to go. Cobb slicing through the defense, sends over to Torrance. And now Cobb goes flying over the media table. He's okay. Torrance didn't see exactly what happened there. Back over for Chaffin. Chaffin, one dribble, finds Roberts. No foul for Livingston, but they're still pressuring. Cobb slices through, and there is the foul.
I think Bilbrey from Livingston just wanted him to know that he was still he's still on the court, still playing defense.
And this is going to be an intentional foul. So Cobb goes to the line to shoot 2, and it'll be the ball for Upperman, and I think that's the right call. He got a good hold of him. Goes to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2, and now both coaches, sensing the game is over, are going to empty the benches a little bit here, get the youngsters in.
If you don't go make a play on the ball, it's an automatic intentional foul. Good call there by the officials.
First free throw, good for Cobb. This will probably be the last shot of his day. 2 for 2.
This crew tonight, Noah has called fouls, but they've also let these guys play.
Yeah, no problem. No problem with it
problem
tonight.
at all.
At all. Cobb's day is done. He had 28 points, 8 of which came in the fourth quarter, all at the free throw line. It's Upperman ball after the intentional foul. Braden Roberts' day is done. The starters are all out for both teams now for the last 37 seconds of what's going to be a district tournament championship win for the Upperman Bees. Torrance with it. Torrance. Now, Johnson sends it over right side Hall. Collier Bush back for Colton Johnson. Upperman doesn't have to shoot it. They could. A lot of times they go to the reserves. The teams will keep playing. Ledbetter tips that one for the steal. Sends it ahead for Rocco Carwile. Carwile eyes up. Swiped in a foul. Bush going to be called for the personal. And this will send Rocco Carwile to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2. First round of the region coming up on Saturday night. Appreciate Darian, as he did yesterday, for making it easy for people to see what it's going to be. The first one is good for Carwile. Lawrence County will host White County. Marshall County will host Stone. Tullahoma travels to Livingston. And Marshall County travels to Upperman. Carwile goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Stick around post-game. We got the award ceremony coming up next. We'll let you hear what happens in the arena for the all-tournament team and the presentation of the plaques. 6 seconds left. Jack Torrance can hold it, and that will do it. Final score tonight. Oh, my goodness. And we got a whistle and a foul. We're good. Final score tonight. Upperman 74, Livingston Academy 58. The Upperman Bees win the District 7 AAA Tournament Championship. The regular season champs are the tournament champs, and they get it done tonight. We welcome you into the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show, also presented by our friends at Livingston Regional Hospital. Randy, this was a impressive victory once again out of Upperman, much like we saw on the girls' side. White County, the class of the tournament. The Upperman boys, the class of this tournament this week.
Almost a carbon copy of what we watched last night. You have to credit Livingston and their program. Both Livingston teams laid down on the floor. As you said earlier, you said it great. Livingston played good. They just played 2 teams in the boys and girls bracket that just played a little bit better.
As both regular season champions win this tournament, and it is the Upperman Bees who are victorious. As we tally up the final scoring again, we will bring you this post-game awards ceremony. We'll also have the player of the game coming up momentarily, so stick around for that. Scoring from the game is as follows. First for Livingston Academy, who falls to 20-12 on the season with the loss, and they will host Tullahoma on Saturday night. 16 points for Daniel Bilberry, 11 for Brody Coffey, 9 for Cole Harris, 6 for Rocco Carwile and Wyatt Hargis, 3 for Tucker Miller, and 4 for Dawson Ledbetter, for a team total of 58. For the Upperman Bees tonight, it was 28 points for Ty Cobb pacing the way, 12 for Bronston Chaffid, 10 for Jack Torrance off the bench, 7 for Cam Bush, 6 apiece for Clayton Harris and Braden Roberts, and 5 for Branson Turnbow, for a team total of 74. Now, we'll open up the open air mic here on the camera so you can hear the award ceremony for this tournament.
Individual awards for district tournament team. From White County, Cole Sings. From Stone Memorial, Wyatt Rowe. From White County, Tripp Penny. From Stone Memorial, Kay Katz. From Upperman, Clayton Harris. From Livingston Academy, Cole Harris. From Livingston Academy, Wyatt Vargas. From Upperman, Bronston Chad. From Livingston Academy, Daniel Vargas. Daniel Miller. And your District 7-3A MVP of the district from Upperman, Ty Cobb. And now to recognize our District 7-3A runner-up, Livingston Academy Wildcats. And now the District 7-3A champion, the Upperman Bees.
There are the District 7 AAA champion Upperman Bees. They get it done tonight in convincing fashion with a 74-58 victory over Livingston Academy. The Bees stretch their win streak to 14 games. They are 25-4 on the campaign. Next up, the region tournament. For both of these two teams, they will host Stone Memorial, and Sparta will travel on the road to take on District 8 AAA. We will have coverage of the region tournament, of course, all across the Upper Cumberland. Keep your eyes on our Facebook page and website and Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else that you see UCR for more details on that to come. Randy, one more piece of business. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. I imagine we both are on the same page with this one tonight.
I think we are, but I do want to give a shout out. I think Jack Torrance tonight, he might not be our game MVP, but he really came in and created separation in that second quarter that stretched that lead out to 7 points. Really did a fine job for them, but we got to go with Ty Cobb.
Yeah, Ty Cobb, without a doubt. Jack Torrance came in and scored those 7 points to stretch the lead for Upperman, but Ty Cobb with 28 points, a ton of assists, several rebounds as well, a few more steals. He is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Well, we will take a deep breath. After a week full of broadcasting, we'll have a couple of days away, but not too far away, because tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, it's the UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine, live from the UCR studios, as Jamie Gillis, the head coach of the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, who won their district title last night over Lebanon, will join the crew. They'll talk about this tournament, every other tournament, and preview the regions, of course, as the postseason is in full swing. Thank you so much.
Please don't let Jamie's husband come on and talk about Michigan. That's all I ask.
I don't think there'll be much Michigan talk happening tomorrow night on the show. Maybe a little bit, but not too much.
I had to throw that in there. I had to throw that dig in there.
anyway, we appreciate those of you for joining us. Sorry, Goose was asking me a question across the gym. That's why I got distracted. But if you joined us for just one game, if you joined us for all the games we had in the Hooper Evelyn Center, it's been a fun week, not only here, but also in Laverne, in Livingston. We've had coverage from Gainesboro. Much more to come to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose was in Gainesboro tonight, and then he came here for this championship game. So complete coverage. We've got 4A coverage, 3A, 2A, and single A coming to the website. So if you don't have it bookmarked, I don't know what you're doing with your time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on a late night in Cookeville. Once again, your final score, Upperman 74, Livingston 58. The Bees are tournament and regular season champions. We'll talk to you tomorrow night for the UCR Coaches Show. Until then, I'm Noah McKay for Randy Wallace to my left, Madison McKay on camera, and everybody at UCR.